Alright, low carbon. Not a lot of carbon on this map, but there is a nice spot for it for scavenger. That is something to keep an eye on. This is beautiful for a scientific, though. Like this, that is so pretty. This is usable. There's just, oh, there's stuff everywhere on this map, guys. I don't know what to do about it. Found pretty early is what we do about it in part. Still got to be a little careful on the depth, though. And there are a couple of decent spots, so I'll go ahead and wait a bit. But I really would like this one. I really would like this one, if I can get it. So I'm going to just wait right here and be ready for it if I'm allowed to have it for the price that I want. Somebody founded robotic. That's fine. Not a problem. We'll just keep waiting. Here we go. There we are. Sell, 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 buy, and wait. Now the robot, did he take aluminum already? Yes, he did. So we can't just sit in aluminum the whole time. We got to be careful with that. Got to be careful with that. Nobody... Okay, Asimov took the scavenger spot. That's fine. It's a brilliant scavenger spot. Totally understandable. We are going to make some money on this aluminum purchase that we did. So that's fantastic. We're just waiting to watch for this ship to send. It should be the first aluminum anyone actually pulls in. Is this bit right here. It's coming in. We're going to sell down. Oh, buy up just a little bit. Upgrade. Aluminum, aluminum. And then we'll take this water tile, I think. This water tile? This water tile? They're both good. I'll take this water tile. It's less likely to get blocked off by other people. That's kind of what I'm thinking about it. So we'll take the aluminum that's right next to our base. Easily movable into other things. Very similar game strategy to everything we've done before. Shouldn't be a problem. And we'll just start building into glass so that later we can get into a lot of farms. We'll go ahead and put one farm down and plan on expanding into more of them. That means we just need 60 glass.
Robotic colony expanded.
There we go, 60 glass. That's enough for the expansion. Nobody is completely dead on found, right? Clark even waited long enough that he is still okay. He is still robotic, which is dangerous, but doable. Oh, I didn't even see these adjacent geos. That's pretty huge. That is pretty huge for Asimov. I might have prioritized this spot a bit more if I had noticed them. It's dangerous to take them as early as he did, but it's possibly doable, especially because carbon is already very, very cheap. That's as high as we go for the claim auction. Asimov can't press for the claim auction very well, and he's not going to make a lot of money on the adjacent geos anytime soon. Niven will let him have it 40. That's more or less okay. He's not in a great spot already, Niven, so it's understandable that he would want that. Alright, let's go ahead and sell stuff down still. Keep selling stuff down. There's no reason to just let it sit here, deteriorating in value, when we can go ahead and sell it, because we know everybody's making these things right now, for the most part, right? Like, almost everybody's making these things. Bradbury really isn't, but Niven is, Clark is, Asimov's not, but that doesn't count. Herbert is, for example. He took this amazing spot, which is normally something I would have jumped on. And so we're just going to sell down, make sure we can get to this claim, because look at all this extra money we have sitting around, is why we do this. And we'll just use this to grab up a farm. And that's just fine. That's just fine. We're kind of done selling aluminum, so we're going to want to look for an upgrade before long. That'll let us get into power. So maybe what we do now is we keep selling steel for the moment. Oh, we've got the upgrade. Let's just take it. Let's get down this farm that I was talking about. Farm is still really, really good. Not seeing any other farms down right now. So we could commit into another farm, even, if we really wanted to. But we have other options. The aluminum is still okay, but it's not fantastic. So we might look at getting out of it and on into power before long. We have 2 claims left over. Let's see. Silicon is an option for a bunch of reasons. We could just take silicon itself, even. We know silicon's probably going to peak up at some point. And so let's just do that. And let's go ahead and throw down maybe 3 solar panels and just see if we can make it work. We'll grab this goon squad first. The moment it's available. It's still a cheap goon squad, so let's take that. And let's... Oh, okay, I did not mean to plant it, but that's okay. That's pretty much where I would have put it, so it's not a problem. Solar panel. Solar panel. Look at this aluminum price, $4. That's ridiculous. We're going to buy some aluminum. Don't know why I sold silicon. I need silicon. Here comes the food, so that's a fantastic amount of money for us from our first farm. Finally doing something for us. That'll let us get into another solar panel. And potentially be okay here. I probably should have put the goon squad here instead of here. But, oh well. What can you do? Look at this silicon. It's making us so much money right now. $4 stock price for Clark. He's managed to expand again. Herbert has managed to expand again. He's in glass production, which is okay. But we've driven silicon quite high from putting these solar panels down and then gotten into silicon as well. So he's churning through silicon whenever these things are actually turned on, which they aren't right now. And hopefully we'll be okay. We can scrap out of steel here. We can go ahead and do that. And bam, reactors. That's why we took these tiles, so we could do things like that. Perpetual motion sounds really, really good. We'd love it. Absolutely fantastic. Love some perpetual motion. Let's grab a power surge. We got hit by a mutiny. Oh, on our power. Okay, weird. Sheesh, guys, that's really high for perpetual motion, but whatever, I guess. More power to you or something. It's usable, but Bradbury, you're on HQ level 2. That is dangerous. That is the danger zone for you right now. Nighttime, we're going to need another goon squad so we can protect ourselves. And unfortunately, it'll be a little off-timed from where we would like it, but we're just kind of waiting at this point. The reactors will be good. The farms are good. We're making good money. So hopefully we'll be okay. Don't really want to sell down silicon unless I see somebody else is collecting it actively. This is not silicon. Even though the coloration is a bit weird from up here. Okay, there is silicon over here. Somebody is collecting it, but it doesn't look like he's gotten even a single shipment yet. So we're still okay to hold on to it for the time being. Let's go ahead and upgrade. Get into just a little more silicon. We can maybe move that into glass later if we need to, but silicon is just too brilliant to avoid right now. Maybe one more farm, because we're going to power surge these farms right here. There we are. Maybe another power. And that could be okay. We can work with that. And then one claim left, we'll go ahead and spend that on an engineering lab. And we're going to regoon our power very quickly. Now, there are a bunch of geos up, and they aren't all defended. Okay, that one was, though. We just had to take a risk. There was a chance it was going to pan out. The mutiny wasn't ours in the first place, so it was worth a shot, is basically what I'm saying. It was worth a shot. This silicon is like our best tiles right now, which is just crazy. And we are just wanting to sell silicon at this point. It improves this guy's glass production, but he also has silicon coming in, so we can't just sit around holding it the way we'd like to. Water shortage is acceptable. It's not great, but it doesn't kill us in any way. We got hit by a mutiny, probably on silicon. No, it was on a farm. Oh, that's fine. Don't even care. Let's go ahead and improve. Let's go ahead and upgrade food for the time being. It's still okay. Long-term, well, if we're thinking long-term, we built this really early, but let's go ahead and get into that electronics production. There are a lot of robots on the field this game compared to a bunch of others. We'll just grab a new claim because we can. Man, I almost want to start gathering up water, but I'm concerned about claiming any more water tiles is the thing. Aluminum's rather expensive. It would be nice to get back into that. We can maybe scrap our power once night comes, and that'll be okay. We can maybe get into some extra water because some of it is steel right now. So maybe we just claim that water tile there. That could be okay. Nanotech. Nanotech should be worth right now. Nanotech should absolutely be worth right now. Think if I get nanotech and then I just go ahead and scrap 2 power. Look at how much money that is. That's insane. Okay, let's check Offworlds while we're waiting for this auction. Keep bidding. Our debt's really low, so we can go really hard on this if we have to. Offworlds are not very good. Not very good this game at all. Fuel's the best, and it's not even up at 500. What's up, Herbert? Asimov is most likely to win. Wells is second scariest than me, says him. Interesting. Interesting that he thinks Asimov is ahead of us. I would not agree with that assessment at all. We're going to have to let this go and then just be ready to kill Niven. That's all we're doing right now. Got to be ready to just kill Niven. We're still going to scrap out of our power. We just kind of wanted a little bit more cash for it if we could get it, you know? So let's go ahead and do that. Scrap out of some power. All right, what do we have? What do we need? 67,000. Goodbye, Niven. Thank you. And that's why we were in a better position. By the way, I just want to point that out. That was why. I'm tempted to just scrap all of this and go into water production for the time being. There, that's plenty of water now.
The black market is
Don't even need to worry about it. Steel, we don't need to worry about either. We have even more water right here. That's crazy. Steel is down over here, so that's fine. Let's upgrade since steel is pretty cheap at the moment. Let's grab a power surge. Don't know where we're going to put it, but a power surge is good regardless. Got to keep upgrading. We'll keep upgrading electronics, I think. Chems are a bit expensive. We really should get some chem production down. So let's do that. We could even drop it right in here to be using this carbon. Oh no, we can't even fit all of... let's cancel all these. There we go. Never mind. We'll just put them next to the base. That's fine. Okay, 3 chems for now. Let's go ahead and sell everything and get a little bit more chems down. The electronics will come a little bit later. Clark has electronics production down. We don't really want that to be the case, because it is kind of hurting our future plan, but electronics are still headed up. So I think it's okay. We'll just keep upgrading the production for now. We want another upgrade. It'll be on War Humster's stuff when we get to it, and that's fine, I think. Let's go ahead and throw down a patent lab and see what we can do with that. Unfortunately, nanotech is out of the game. Grab a goon squad for the patent lab. We want to be able to use it, for sure. Is anybody... Yeah, other people are making chems right now. These are the most chems. I would have liked to freeze the chems up here, but they were just slightly less production, I think, than the chems down here, was the concern. So what do we do now? We could buy into Herbert, we could buy into Asimov, or we could just kind of start securing ourselves, which we might want to do before upgrading. Let's just get a couple of our stocks. How many can we get? No, that's fine. We got 2. That'll raise our stock price a bit. Then we upgrade, which raises our stock price more, which is why we bought the stock first, before the upgrade. I kind of want another patent lab, but I also really need electronics production at this point. I've upgraded into it. Oh, I just bid up myself. Why am I so stupid? I think we need to commit all 4 claims to electronics for the time being. Although we could use a little more power as well. Maybe we do power first, and then 3 claims on electronics. Which means definitely no... I should have bid up on that. Ah, shoot. Okay, we have these aluminum tiles, these aluminum tiles. Those are making us crazy amounts of money. The electronics are still a risk. We have to start carbon scrubbing yesterday. We have carbon scrubbing secured at this point. Nobody can steal it from us, so we can plan around it. Let's go ahead and drop that electronics production. Keep buying some of our own stock. Buy a little bit of Herbert stock.
The black market
just a little bit. Just a tad. You know, be like, there, we're just poking you. We're just poking you. It's okay. New claim would be kind of nice as well. Another upgrade would be okay, but upgrades are super expensive, so it's never going to happen. Let's see. And everything's kind of going all right now. This should probably be a farm. Even though that's a lot of food production, it should still probably be a farm. Our electronics are crazy, despite the fact we only have 3 of them. Chems aren't so hot, so it's not the hugest deal that they got frozen. Unfortunately, we have no carbon coming in, but we can go ahead and upgrade some silicon. And then long term, I think we'll still need an Offworld to finish up this game. So we might focus on fuel at some point. Let's grab... I wanted a new claim. Let's take it. We'll use that on a patent lab later in Offworld. Once we're done with the patent labs that we're using. We'll grab teleportation and thinking machines for long term. That's all that cash spent. How are these doing? These are basically losing money at this point. Fuel's getting a little higher. It'll probably keep going that direction for the most part. Probably. This wind turbine is such an awkward tile to deal with. Alright, our power and our aluminum gets frozen. That's not good, because that's a lot of production gone. Obviously, aluminum nowhere near as good as it was some time ago. Let's make sure we're buying into Asimov right now, because Asimov is the one buying into somebody else. So he's kind of a concern. So we want to make sure he doesn't turn into a problem instead of just a concern. And it's also time to really bring down the nukes. We've got carbon scrubbing, and we want to abuse it. Turn those back on for the moment. They're not all that good. They're technically making money, I guess. Barely-ish. But we're buying into Asimov, which keeps him from killing off Bradbury, is the basic idea here. Because we don't want him to kill off Bradbury. We like Bradbury where he is. Let's grab a nuke. Bam, right there. There you go. Okay, we could use a little more fuel production, I'm thinking. We're going to need an upgrade soon. Prices are way down on upgrade stuff. So I think we can make it happen before long. There, oh, we had it, and then we lost it. Upgrade, there we go. And there's a claim auction, so let's head for that. We got our patent lab blown up, so let's repair it. Let's make sure this thing is still going. Oh, I just bit up myself and reset the timer. I'm an idiot again. And let's upgrade fuel, because fuel, we know, late game, is the good off-world thing, so we want to make sure we have it upgraded. Electronics still making amazing amounts of money. Bid on that again. We started the repair here, I think. We started this working. Bid 20,000. And let's get out of this water. No. Well, it's okay. We'll do this for now. Oh, go away. We don't actually have the cash to do this right now. We have to just sit here and wait for our resources to come on in. 36,000, that's as high as we go, I think. It still should be acceptable. Our debt's going to be kind of high, but not absolutely ridiculous. Oh, wow. Turn these off. Those got terrible. There we go. That'll help. Now, at least we're not burning money right there. There we go. Both of those running just fine. Herbert has stalled completely, but he's 2 in Offworld, so that'll help a bit. I know Herbert's kind of commentating himself right now, but, you know, he's made it to an Offworld. I should help him out. Let's get down a little more electronics. Man, chems are ridiculously bad. Okay. Now I think we go for an engineering lab here, and maybe here. Wow, that's expensive. We kind of could use a little more steel, actually. Like, it's way separated out here, which I hate for steel. Which is why I haven't gone into much more steel, but we can go ahead and just upgrade steel this way. Power is nuts, too. Let's just get down extra power instead of anything crazy. Go ahead and grab another goon squad. Drop it there. I was kind of thinking about superconductor, so let's get that started. We have 2 patent labs up still. Let's make sure we're using both of them. And then slant drilling. Price on chems is so ridiculously low, it's insane. Let's grab up that last little bit of Asimov stock, and let's just start grabbing our own stock, and then we'll keep upgrading from there. Iron is so nuts, and I could transition into iron, actually, so I think I'm going to. Just right here, we'll grab iron fairly quickly instead of all these reactors. We don't need this many reactors. I kind of overdid the reactors. The food's a little nuts too right now. I think we made... Yeah, we gave Bradbury time to defend himself, which is good. But it definitely means we need to be kind of fixing our own problem right now. I should be making glass. I should also turn my chems back on. And I need an Offworld fairly soon. Electronics are dying slowly, but our electronics is still good because we upgraded it so heavily. Make sure this thing is still functional. Let's upgrade iron a bit, upgrade glass a bit in the hopes that we move into it at some day. And let's grab an EMP because we need to do something and just keep moving. Tell you what, these should have been glass probably. We don't have the silicon down there, but glass production is still good, so we shouldn't ignore it. Okay, an electronic shortage is nice for us long term. We're kind of ignoring it a bit in the short term, but hopefully we'll be okay. And I'm thinking we move out of some food and into some water. Geotherm would be fine. We have way too much power after getting superconductor. We're going for slant drilling as well. Superconductor and upgrading power was a bit on the ridiculous side. But I guess we can move into more power production in this auction geotherm without an issue. Alright, we've got it. We'll just have to remember it later if steel ever comes down. That'll be the trick, is remembering that. I really need those Offworlds I talked about. Very, very soon. I need to get those down. Energy Vault, I'm not so concerned about. I'm still leaking 6 power a second at night. That's crazy. Herbert's still trying to get some of our stock. There we go. We got the rest of it secured. Now it's Offworld time. It is super past Offworld o'clock. We have thinking machines, we have slant drilling, we've got energy vault coming down. So our first Offworld will go here instead of this patent lab. So as soon as we have the ability to drop it, we just will. There it is. Not a problem. 1 Offworld down. We'll head for at least 2 Offworlds. Maybe we can go all the way higher than that, but, you know, significantly higher than that, but we'll just have to see what happens. And let's start tearing through people's Offworlds. This one is mutinied, so it's probably not defended, so we'll just EMP it. Alright, steel's still mega expensive. We killed iron completely. So let's just get into steel over here. There we go. And this steel is what's killing us when it comes to putting down an Offworld. I still think it's worth it long term, but it's a bit awkward. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Make sure these are functioning. Upgrade steel more. Upgrade silicon more. We could upgrade food. We could upgrade a whole bunch of things, quite frankly, but... And it all would be fine. Ooh, the dust storm is going to hurt food pretty badly. I still want these reactors down, because it should come up eventually. Like, if other people move away from their reactors and they're sending fuel the way they probably should, then it will come up one day. Chems are still doing fine. Electronics are fine. We could go for another Offworld, but it's just crazy expensive right now. That power surge kind of hurts. Let's go ahead and send fuel.
The black market
Send 2
is
fuel, because
online.
we've got 2 Offworlds building. Alright. I think we're reasonably well set up. Asimov is kind of our initial buy target, because he only costs 300,000. So he's who we're after now. No more Offworld constructing for the moment. Look at thinking machines doing so much work. Glass production is still acceptable despite the expense of silicon right now. So that's all good. And we're in a pretty good spot. Our wind turbine actually just got blown up. I don't even know what to think about that. Let's see. Let's grab a nuke. Actually, I don't really want to nuke Asimov. I want to nuke Clark. Because I'm trying to buy it. Whoa! Somebody just made a huge water purchase. That was nuts. And now they're selling back out. And goodbye, Asimov. Okay, let's keep more fuel sends going then. There we go. This is what I'm talking about. Fuel finally hopping up. Let's go ahead and get that all the way upgraded then. Lots of fuel, lots of fuel, lots of fuel. And I think we can mostly just sit here and end the game. We have thinking machines established. People hit our only Offworld that was actually defended with this dynamite. So we'll blow up that one. Chems are still going strong-ish. Despite fuel's price, fuel is still incredible. Let's get into more fuel instead of this steel, which we have absolutely destroyed. No, not steel. Come on, fuel. There we are. We destroyed steel completely. Let's upgrade food after that. And we're going after this Herbert buy, I think, is fine, and then Bradbury. Let's see. Yeah, Herbert definitely needs to drop next. And then Bradbury and then Clark, because Clark's not really an issue. Oh, well that's actually going to make Herbert a lot harder to reach. Maybe we will just take Bradbury then. Because Herbert, he suddenly dropped down to much less money at that point. So we can just take Bradbury and be fine. Alright, keep launching. You know, we're just going to keep launching fuel for simplicity's sake. We're making 23 a second. You'd think that'd be enough. We'll actually scrap out a glass just to make absolutely certain that we're okay on fuel and we can be lazy about it. And now we just have to finish off Herbert. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. We're going to grab a power surge. Make sure that thing is mega frozen. And work our way on through the rest of the game. Alright. I mean, food's good. Fuel's good. Everything's good right now. That's really all there is to it. We could upgrade Chems some more, I guess. Shouldn't be too big a deal. We have a little glass to turn on over here. We're just aiming for 681,000 at this point. We're just about there. Just a few more seconds of production. That'll do it. GG. Okay, to answer City's question, if he's still around, I don't know if carbon scrubbing is the most powerful patent. A lot of people think it is. The thing is, carbon scrubbing, like most patents, is super situational. I still think, I mean, teleportation is still the single strongest patent in the game, hands down, in my opinion. Teleportation is the best. There is no argument about that in my mind. But once you count in kind of cost and accessibility, other things start to rise. Like, thinking machines is also extremely strong. Nanotech is also extremely strong. Slant drilling is also extremely strong, right? Like, all of those are way up there, and I have a hard time truly prioritizing them. Once it comes down to, like, situationally, one can be better than the other. But assuming, like, an average game, I still have to say teleportation's the absolute best. Alright, guys. That was fairly straightforward at the end. There wasn't a lot to talk about. GameSlayer's assessment was completely wrong when he said Asimov was in first and we were in second, and the reason was we had strong production down ourselves already, And we had $60,000. And it was the we had $60,000 that made the extreme difference, because either we got nanotech, which we were close to, or we got the first buy, because we were in the lead in cash. Like at that point, we were solidly in the lead. And there was really no question about that in my mind, that we had the game and we were in the driver's seat at that point. The only thing we lacked was carbon. We had already pushed to an engineering lab that was doing work for us. We got this nice little spot that we used this quite heavily, like abusing this, switching back and forth between reactors and steel. We had the aluminum. The buy made a big difference, but despite that, like, the buy came because of our lead, right? It didn't grant us the lead. Yeah, exactly. And GameSlayer admits it. It was all about that cash I had. It was all about the fact that I had like 60,000 and Asimov was sitting on like 10. It was really close besides that. Like, Asimov was really close to me. I just had more money. I know. I want the ability to see money a bit more easily as well, so you can a bit better see who's in what spot in these games. I agree. All right, guys. I'm trying to think through what exact moves we made. I think the most important thing, really, was sitting back on those upgrades for a significant period of time and just kind of sitting on the aluminum and steel when they were good for a while, you know, like getting those good cells and then just holding on to it and putting it into glass, because we know glass is going up and aluminum and steel are going down. So that was it. Just get those cells constantly, all the time. I almost wish I could press a button in this game. I don't know what you guys would think about this. What if you could press a button that just says, sell this resource constantly? Like, consistently sell this resource. I don't know. It's an interesting thing. And maybe, like, consistently buy this resource. Like, just auto buy. I'm less okay with the auto buy because it can get you into a weird spot where you don't have money to, like, keep your production going. So I'm not so interested in the auto buy. But I would really be interested in an auto sell, so I'm not sitting there the whole time, like, just pressing these buttons because I know these resources are going down. And this is the only thing. Like, I need to keep pressing these buttons to get full value, but I'd like a moment to look around the map, things like that, because that's where I'm at with aluminum and steel at that point. Like, just sit here going, all I'm going to do is sell these. You can either give me one button to press and do it, or make me keep pressing the button over and over and over again each second as I get more so I can get full value. It's just a thought. Yeah, exactly. I don't really want an auto buy for that kind of thing, but I want an auto sell.